Have you ever done something to your cat, raised your voice, accidentally scared them, ignored them for days, and thought this time they won't come back? And then they did. Maybe not right away. Maybe they disappeared for a few hours, hid under the bed, gave you the silent treatment with those cold, unblinking eyes, but eventually they came back. They always come back. And most people have no idea why. What if it wasn't just habit? What if it wasn't just because you're the one holding the food? What if your cat coming back to you every single time is one of the most deliberate acts of love an animal can make? Because here's what scientists who study feline psychology have discovered. And most cat owners will never find out. Your cat doesn't come back to you out of convenience. They come back because of something much deeper, something that was decided long before today, something that, once you understand it, will completely change the way you see your relationship with your cat. Let's start with something that seems small, but isn't. Your cat has a map inside their brain, not a map of streets or rooms, a map of smells. Every corner of your home, every piece of furniture, every blanket, and every person in that space has been cataloged by your cat's nose. And the scent they've mapped more carefully than anything else? Yours. Your scent over time has become something specific to your cat. It isn't just familiar, it's safe. Scientists call this olfactory bonding, the way a cat's brain literally wires their sense of calm and security to the smell of a person they've chosen. When your cat buries their face in your sleeve or rubs their cheek against your leg, they're not just being affectionate. They're recharging. They're reminding their nervous system that everything is okay. You are their signal for safety. And that signal doesn't disappear just because you had a bad day or you accidentally slammed a door too hard or you were away for 2 weeks. Your scent is still there, and it still means the same thing it always did. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Cats are solitary hunters. They don't need a pack to survive. They don't need a group the way dogs do. So when a cat forms a bond with a human, they're doing something that goes completely against their nature. They're choosing dependency. They're choosing vulnerability. And they don't do that for just anyone. In 2019, researcher Kristen Vitale at Oregon State University published a landmark study in the journal Current Biology. She and her team tested cats and their owners using the same attachment framework scientists use to study bonds between mothers and babies. What they found shocked a lot of people. 64% of cats were securely attached to their owners, actively using them as a source of comfort and safety when placed in an unfamiliar environment. The majority of cats look to their owners to feel secure when stressed, not food, not toys, their person. So when something scares them or upsets them or confuses them, they don't run away permanently. They run to the safest place they know, and that place is you. Now, you might be thinking, what about when I did something wrong? What about the times I raised my voice or handled them too roughly? Why do they still come back after that? This is where cats are different from us in the most beautiful way. Cats don't process time the way humans do. They don't replay the argument from this morning while lying in bed at night. They don't build a case against you over weeks and months of small disappointments. What a cat experiences is immediate. They feel something, they respond, and then that moment is gone. What remains is not the memory of what you did wrong. What remains is the pattern of the entire relationship. And if that pattern, the way you feed them, the sound of your voice, the warmth of your presence, if all of that has added up to safety, then one bad moment doesn't undo it. The relationship is bigger than the mistake. There's a word for this in animal psychology: resilience bonding. The bond doesn't break under stress. It bends, it stretches, and it holds. But there's one more reason your cat always comes back. And this one might be the hardest to believe. Your cat misses you, not in a dramatic whimpering way, not the way a dog paces at the door, but in the quiet, understated way that cats do everything. Researchers who study feline separation behavior have found that cats express more security and stability in the presence of their owners. And when their owners are absent, they become measurably more anxious and stressed. Excessive vocalization, disrupted sleep, changes in appetite. They weren't just waiting for food, they were waiting for you. And when you walked back through that door, even after a fight, even after days away, their system settled. Heart rate down, breathing slower, body relaxed, because the thing that was missing had returned. So the next time your cat walks back into the room after hiding from you, after a moment that made you wonder if you'd finally pushed too far, remember this: they didn't come back because they had nowhere else to go. They came back because, out of everyone and everything in their world, you are the place that feels most like home. And that's not something they give to just anyone. If your cat has ever come back to you when you thought they wouldn't, type paw in the comments. And if this made you see your cat differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it.